Welcome to Wednesday's Functional Fitness Class A. Right, so if you're new, the equipment you'll need is a chair without arms, a band if you have one. If you don't have a band, it doesn't really matter. We can still do the movements without the band. And a couple of tins of tomatoes or beans, whatever you like. So the class is in 3 parts. We do a warm-up, and then we do the main body of the exercise, the actual exercises themselves, and then we do some stretching at the end. And the exercises, as it says, are designed to help your functional fitness. So the exercises are designed to help you cope with day-to-day tasks that may be getting a bit more difficult. Simple things like going up and down stairs, getting in and out the bath, getting stuff down from a high shelf, that sort of thing. So that's what's meant by functional fitness. I think that's all I've got to say. So without further ado, as they say, we'll start doing the warm-up. And we're just going to start, I'm just going to move the chair. We're just going to start by walking, just walking very gently on the spot. And what you're going to do is you're going to hardly lift your feet off the floor, off the floor at all, just very gently, and just do a slightly exaggerated arm movement, because it helps mobilize your shoulders. So we're just going to do this for a few seconds. I don't think we seem to have started not early, but I don't seem to have done my usual monologue before we start. Anyway, we're going to do this. We'll do 3, 2, 1. And then next thing we're going to do, we're going to just keep mobilizing those shoulders. Put your hand on your arm, put your hand on your shoulder to make your arm like a wing. And it sticks out at 180 degrees. Imagine you've got a pencil sticking out of your elbow, and we're going to draw to 6 big circles backwards, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 6 forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to do the same with the other shoulder. Don't forget the pencil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fabulous. Now we're going to start. We've got a sort of little exercise. I'm just going to put this camera down a little bit. We've got an exercise routine that we do, and this routine that it's 4 separate exercises which we're going to practice in isolation, and then we're going to put them all together. And I think it's really good because it works on your balance, it works on warming your muscles, it works on a bit of strength, it works on mobilizing your joints, it works on your coordination. There's really nothing it doesn't do. So we're going to start just by doing a heel dig, comme ça, and then anchor your elbows into your waist, and you're going to do a corresponding bicep curl with the other arm. So it's opposite arm and leg, and your elbows never leave your side. It's only your forearms that move, whilst at the same time doing a heel dig. 3, 2, 1. Next one we're going to do is just out to the side, and prayer hands and out to the side. And pushing the air away as you put your arms out. And try and keep your knees pointing forwards. Imagine you've got headlights on your knees and they're pointing forwards. 3, 2, 1. As I'm sure you know, it's the 23rd today, so that means that we've been doing these classes nearly 2 years. because it was lockdown that it was about 3 weeks after lockdown that I started doing the classes. Long time, eh? Next thing, you're just doing a step back, not a very big step, and at the same time, you're going to push your hands out. As your hands go out, as your arms go out, sorry, splay your fingers, and as you pull your arms back in, clench them into fists. Start again. And make sure you're stepping back rather than some people step forward and think they're stepping back. Make your body do what you want it to do. And don't forget those headlights on your knees, because there is a tendency when we do this for our knee to drift inwards. Try and keep it pointing forwards. 3, 2, 1. And then the last one is just a toe tap. Just a very simple toe tap. And at the same time, we're just swinging our arms, opposite arm again, just in a nice relaxed but slightly exaggerated way. If you can have relaxed and exaggerated at the same time. 3, 2, 1. Now, we're going to put all those moves together into one fluid movement. I'm going to start off quite slowly and then get gradually faster. And those of you that have been with me for a while will probably be able to keep up. Those of you that are new, you'll probably lose yourself somewhere, but just pick up when you can. But practice makes perfect. Okay, so we're going to do a heel dig, side, back, and then a toe tap. So heel dig, side, back, and a toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, and a toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, and a toe tap. We're going to start speeding up a little bit. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. 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 One more time. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Fantastic. Are you nicely warmed up now? Hopefully you are. We're going to start by, I'm going to be nice and let you sit down. I'll just get rid of these cans for the moment. And we're going to sit nice and comfortably in the chair. I'll put the chair sideways so you can see what I'm doing. And you're going to sit towards the front of the chair. Don't use the chair back to support yourself. Use your own back muscles to support yourself. Your knees are at 90 degrees and your ankles are under your knees. And you're just going to lift until your leg is straight. You don't need to have it parallel to the floor. It just has to be straight. So it will be down at an angle. Your thigh doesn't leave the chair. Only your lower half of your leg moves. And you keep your toe pulled back. And then you just put it back again. Okay, and we're going to do 12 of those. So that's 2. Don't kick up and don't plonk it down. 3. Nice straight back. 4. 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then the other leg. 1. You put your hand on your thigh, you can feel the muscle moving. 2, 3, 4. Don't do it too fast. 5, 6, 7. This is a good way of strengthening your thighs if you've got dodgy knees. 8, 9. I realise the squats that we do may be a bit beyond some people if they've got arthritis in their knees or what have you. 9, 10, 11, 12. Woo, I can feel that. Right, standing up without using your hands if you can. So stand up from a chair without using your hands. Might as well put everything into practice. So shuffle forward on the chair, knees apart. If you need to, you can swing your arms, or if you don't need to, you can put them there. Swing, and up you stand. Checking the band all over the place. Right. I've got a squat next on the program, but I'm not going to do that because I think your thighs are probably a bit sore at the moment. So we're just going to go into the boxing and then we'll come back to the squat. So with boxing, you're going to have your feet hip width apart or even slightly wider, knees nice and soft. Your hands are here, and we're going to do punching forward, but in out to 3. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do it for 30 seconds, have a bit of a rest, and then we're going to go for another 30 seconds. So 3, 2, 1, off we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Give it straight forward, not up and not down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Yeah, when you're punching, don't punch up, and it's not like that. It's just straight forward, out and in, out and in, out and in. Not down, not up, straight out. Right, we're ready? We're going to go again in 3, 2, 1, off we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Woo. Woo. Right. Squats. Squats are sitting down without the chair. So when you sit down, you go like that. Stick your bottom out, and your bottom hits the chair first. Okay? So that's the same with squats. Some people think squats are going down like that, and it's all the weights on your knees, and it's not good. Go down like this. It's the big bum muscle and the thigh muscles that take the strain. And when you do it, your knees shouldn't come together. Keep your knees, don't forget those headlights. Now, there's 2 ways you can do this. You can do it a freestanding squat. So you go down, you don't need to go down very far initially. If you can't go down without losing technique, don't do it, because it's better to do less with good technique than lots with poor technique. Because poor technique gives you no benefit and you might injure yourself. So if you can, you go right down, do a squat like that, and then stand up again. You're not bowing, you're going down. Oops. So you're sticking your bottom out, and then you're going down. You can do it just going like that, just until your thighs and your bum are taking your weight. You don't need to go down very far. Your weight is in your heels. You should be able to take your toes off the floor. If you can't do that, if you don't want to do that, get the chair, hold on to the back, pretend you're going to sit down, and just go down that far, and then you can come up again. So just go down that far. But it's getting technique. If you've got a full-length mirror, it would be a good idea to look at yourself, to do it sideways, just to check that your knees aren't going over your toes. So we're going to do 12 squats. So with good technique, I'm going to do 6 facing this way, so as you can see where my knees are in relation to my toes. And your back and your lower leg are almost parallel. Your back moves, but only because you're sticking your bottom out. You're not sort of bowing and looking at the floor. Imagine you've got eyes in your chest and it goes forward. So we're going to do 6 this way, and 6 this way, so as you can see my knees aren't going in. I'll shut up now. So I put my hands here to sort of balance myself because my weight is on my heels. So you go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't be tempted to do it too fast. Exercises are best done a bit more slowly so that your muscle is under tension for as long as possible. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. How was that? Did you manage that? Right, my favourite. Not at all my favourite. Side bend. So, standing with your legs hip width or slightly wider. And we're going to go down to one side, just to the side. Now, if you can get your hand to your knee, fair enough, or even beyond, fair enough. Not going forward, not going back. If you want to, you can put this hand over your head, just increases the stretch a bit. If you're doing that, keep your arms straight so that you're using the muscles in your arm and it's not just hanging inert. And we're going to do 12 to one side and 12 to the other. And there'll probably be quite a bit of moaning and groaning from me. Right, so if you're ready, down to the side. Oh, told you. Right. 1. Gets easier as I get into it a bit more. 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops, I'm falling backwards. I'm not even squatting. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whew. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, no, 11. It's because I used to do 10. 12. And then I upped it to 12, but sometimes I forget. Right. We're going to do 3 arm exercises. So you can use the cans or not, as you please. If your arm's a little bit weak or you've got reduced mobility in your shoulders, you may want to not use the cans, or weights if you've got weights. But if you want to, use the cans. It's entirely up to you. And the first one is one arm goes up by your ear and the other one comes out behind. And then you're going to alternate. If you can't get your arm up by your ear, just do it where you can. Might be to there. But the main thing is not to force something. Don't force it up like that. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Don't force it up like that. And we're going to go. 1. I'll show you sideways what it looks like. 2. 3. This is a great exercise for your back and your posture. 4. Keep your arms straight. They're like 5. It's like a nodding donkey. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. Right, I'm going to kneel down to do this one. You don't have to kneel down. I'm kneeling down so that you can see the tops of my hands without having to adjust the camera. So you're starting with your palms facing inwards, and then you're going to turn them so that your arm faces outwards. You're going to bring it up over your head, touch the cans together, twist it again so your palms are facing outwards again, and then bring it down. 1. Nice and slow and controlled. 2. Don't let gravity pull your hand down. Place your hands down. 3. 4. The twisting is important because it uses the small muscles in your shoulders. 5. 6. It's only when you've got reduced shoulder mobility, 7, that you realize how important it is to keep your shoulders nice and mobile. 8. 9. In fact, you could do these every morning just to keep yourself limber. 10. 11. 12. And then the last one we're going to do is, stand up for this. You're going to stand with your elbows at 90 degrees. Just watch that you don't start to make it as a W, because that's the temptation. Sometimes some people find this one a bit difficult to do with the cans, so you might want to leave the cans off. But if you can do it with the cans, great. So elbows at 90 degrees, and then you're just going to touch your elbows together. If you can't get your elbows together, do what you can, but don't force. Shoulders nice and relaxed. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Are your elbows still at 90 degrees? Just have a look. 6. 7. Shoulders nice and relaxed. 8, I've got the advantage because I can see myself in the monitor. 9, and actually I've got a mirror behind it as well. 10, 11, 12. Oh, well done. Give your shoulders a wriggle. It's quite tough, that. Right, we're going to do balance now. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to move this. We're going to do 3 steps forward, starting with your right leg. So 1, 2, 3, and then your left leg comes up. Now, if you feel comfortable, go back, 1, 2, 3, always starting on the leg that's in the air, and then raise your right leg. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then back, 2, 3. If you don't feel confident going back, easy peasy, just turn around, as long as you remember to start with your left leg. Okay, so we're going to do 6 of those backwards and forwards, and 6 sideways. So if you're ready, we're going to go, starting with your right leg. 1, 2, 3, back, 2, 3. Oops. 1, 2, 3, back, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is the third one. 1, 2, 3. Back, 2, 3. I think that's 4. Ooh, falling over. 1, 2, 3. It's 5. 3. And last one going forward. 1, 2, 3. Back, 2, 3. Up. Now starting with the up leg. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. It's a bit harder sideways, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That one was a bit quicker because I was falling over. Could you tell? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think that's 3. So we're halfway through. 1, 2, 3. I'm having to count this on my fingers. Whoops. 1, 2, 3. Think. This one's the 5th one. 1, 2, 3. Even I can remember 2 more. Whoops. 1, 2, 3. It's when I start concentrating on other things I lose my balance. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Well done. I hope you did slightly better than I did. I find the sideways ones more difficult than the backwards and forwards. Right, we're going to need the band. We're going to do a bicep curl. If you don't have a band, you can either use the cans or just use the arm movement, but the cans would be a good compromise. So you're going to anchor your elbow into your waist, grab hold of the band, sorry, you're standing on the band, and grab hold of it, and have enough tension so that your arm is having to hold it steady at sort of 45 degrees. If you relaxed, it would go plonk, so that your muscle, your bicep, this big muscle in your arm, is always under tension. And all we're going to do is just close your arm. Just looks like that. Your elbow never leaves your side. So we're going to go 1, just down to there. 2, not too fast, so that your 3, bicep is always under tension. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then Flip over to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That was quite hard at the end. Right, the next one we're going to do is for the muscles at the side of your legs, because we've done the big muscles here for the squat, but we need to use the gluteus minimus and medius. And what we're going to do is just lift one leg out to the side with your foot pointing forward, so you don't twist, you don't point your toes. Just going to lift it up and place it down. Don't lift it, don't kick it up and let gravity plonk it down. You lift it up and you place it down, and then you do the same on the other side. And we're going to do that 12 times on each side, if I can remember to keep counting. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I can feel it here now, 8, just lift it, 9, my leg's getting tired now, 10, 11, last one, 12. Oh, I can really feel that. And because I'm so kind, I will let you sit down now. You need the band again. If you don't have the band, just do the arm movements. So you're going to sit forward in the chair, have your legs straight and your toes pulled back so that you can loop the band around your foot, hopefully in the instep, and then have quite a lot of tension on the band. And what you're going to do is, sitting up nice and straight, you're just going to pull your arms back in a rowing motion. I'm just going to turn the chair so that I'm facing you, so that you can see what the arms are doing. Your feet never leave the floor. Just maintain your feet on the floor. Your heels are on the floor. Your toes are pulled back. You don't lift your feet off the floor. Sitting nice and straight. You're holding the band as if it was a dog's lead. Not this way. This way. Walk your hand down so you've got a good lot of tension. Sitting up nice and straight, and it's only your arms that move. And you're just going to pull them back. Try and squidge your shoulders together. Your shoulder blades and your shoulders. 1. Nice and slow and controlled. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. Wow, I could feel that across my shoulders. You should always have enough tension on the band, or have a heavy enough weight, so that by the time you get to about 9 repetitions, you're starting to think, wow, this is a bit hard. I'll be glad when this is over. Shouldn't be too hard for you to complete it. But if it's too easy, then you've got a band that's too light or a weight that's too light. There's no point in doing exercises unless you challenge yourself a little bit. Oh, and that felt quite challenging. Last thing we're going to do before we go into the high intensity is we're going to do another 12 squats. So whether you're doing them holding onto the chair, or a big free squat or a little free squat, it's entirely up to you. So off we go. 1. Weight on your heels. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put your hands on your thighs. You can feel how hard they go. 9, 10. Falling backwards because the weight is in my heels. 11, 12. Did you manage that? Well done. Right. High intensity. I'm not sure if anybody's doing this class. Don't know whether there's a fault on YouTube. It's showing that there are no members doing the class at the moment. If you are and you can you just write a wee message to say, I'm here. If you're not, it doesn't matter because this is recorded so you can catch it on YouTube. High intensity. We're going to do 3 lots of 20 seconds of high intensity exercise. And the exercise is tiny, tiny little running on the spot. Just arms going, don't hunch your shoulders. Legs, your feet hardly leave the floor. Tiny, tiny little steps as fast as you can. Your arms move as well, but they can't move at the same speed as your legs. It's just to sort of help you with your legs. Okay, so if you've got any heart problems, breathing problems, anything, you get any chest pain, just be sensible and don't start or stop immediately and sit down. Okay, so we're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Off you go. "17, 18, 19, 20. Cease and desist. Thanks, crew. I thought there must be something wrong with it because it's very rarely that I have nobody. Oh, now it suddenly said 7. Why has it said nothing? Oh, no, it's gone back to nothing again. I don't know why it's saying 7 and then it's gone back to nothing. So anyway, welcome. Whew. We've got another 10 seconds before we go for the second one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Off you go. "17, 18, 19, 20. Stop. Well done. Yes, it's saying 7 on mine, and then it goes back. It's just saying 0 on mine. So anyway, I don't know. It's probably a fault on YouTube. But it's nice to know that somebody's watching. Yes, if you need to contact me at all, the easiest way is through my Over 50 Fitness Facebook page. And there's a link in the comments section under the description of the actual class. We're going again in 3, 2, 1. Off you go. "17, 18, 19, 20. Stop. That was all 3. That was amazing. Well done. Yes, so in the comment section, and it's actually whether there's a description of what the class is. There's a link to my Over 50 Fitness Facebook page, and there's also a link to the Buy Me a Coffee page. And the Buy Me a Coffee is just a way of showing your appreciation. And obviously, in these days of hiked up energy bills, any coffee is very welcome. but there's no obligation. You know, I realise that things are tight for everybody. And I think that's all I have to say on the subject. Oh yeah, one thing I was thinking, because I suddenly realised, is it this Friday is the last Friday, isn't it? It's next Friday, April Fool's Day. Anyway, sorry to ramble, but I think I'm going to not do the webcam thing, the webinar thing, because people say, well, I can't attend, then I can't, and it's no good unless there's a few of us, and it's just causing me quite a lot of stress thinking about what to talk about, and then 2 people turn up, or last time where there was only 1 person, so it was just a conversation. I couldn't do a proper webinar, so I think I'm going to leave those alone for the time being. So if any of you were wondering what March's webinar was going to be about, it's about nothing. It's about having a nice cup of tea and sitting in the sunshine. Hopefully this weather will persist like it did in the first lockdown. Right, sorry, witter. Let's go on to the stretching. So you get your chair, you have your front leg bent, your back leg straight, both heels are on the ground, check that both feet are facing forward, lean forward a bit, and you should feel the stretch at the top of your calf behind your knee. And then just gently bend your back leg. Put a little bit of weight on it, and you should feel the stretch moving down into your Achilles tendon. And then switch legs. Just check that your feet are both pointing forwards. Bend your back leg. And that's it. Right. We're going to exercise these muscles here. So, not exercise, stretch. So, hands behind your back. I'm not going to bother with a static one today. Just going to kick. See if you can kick your hand with your heel. I think this is good because it keeps your knees mobile. It doesn't matter if you can't reach your hand, just go up to there. But it keeps your knees mobile, it works your hamstrings, and it stretches your quadriceps. The quadriceps are the muscles on the front of your thigh. Three, 2, 1. Now, the aforementioned hamstrings on the back of your thigh, sitting up nice and straight, knees at 90 degrees, ankles under your knees, one leg forward, toe pulled back, sitting up nice and straight. Just check your posture. And we're going to lean forward. Imagine you've got eyes in your chest and you're leaning forward. Rather than collapsing down from the waist, we're moving forward. You have to be quite far forward for this one. We're moving forward from the hips. Whoa. And keep your toe pulled back if you can. As you're holding the stretch, if you can, relax a little bit more into the stretch. Only if you can, though, don't damage anything. And then sitting up, repeat on the other side, just check your posture. Forward, toe pulled back, forward from hips, not from the waist. Woo, this is quite ouchy today. And then sitting up. And last one of the legs. This is the one where you sit sideways in the chair, but at the front of the chair as well. And one leg goes out behind you. To try and stretch these. Your torso is nice and upright. And this one is out. Ooh. I was out this morning walking the dogs, and I couldn't take my phone. I usually listen to the radio, and I couldn't take my phone because it was charging. And so what I did was I used it as an opportunity to practice my walking technique. And it's amazing how it makes the time pass if you're thinking about what your feet are doing, thinking about your posture, thinking about using all your muscles. Switch over. Using all your muscles. Because I'm conscious at the moment that sometimes it hurts me to take a proper stride. So I'm concentrating on being able to walk and use a full stride. And also to sort of stay upright, because I still do have a tendency to walk with my head pointing forward, like a pigeon. So when you go out for a walk, it's gorgeous morning here, but if you're going out for a walk and you're thinking, oh, I can't really be bothered with this, if you think about how you're walking, remember using your whole foot, and you're going nice posture, looking about 6 foot ahead, and try and get a good stride going and back. This is the bit I'm trying to stretch, because I'm conscious of the fact that sometimes it's a bit shorter, and that's where you get that sort of old person shuffle from. And heaven forfend that should happen. Right, anyway, enough chatter. Hands out to the side, arms out to the side, hands facing forward, palms facing forward, sorry. And round the tree at shoulder height, and then dip your head so that you're stretching those back muscles. And then if you can, interlink your hands behind your back. If you can't, just try and put your hands on your back. Try and get your elbows together, either like that or like that. If you're interlinking your fingers, just lift your arms up, just to get a stretch across your chest. And then, so let you sit down again. Oh, sitting down. I did a bit of a plonk then. I should have gone like this, nice and controlled. Lower your head. Put your hand on your crown, but don't push. Just let your head, the weight of your hand, push your head down slightly. And then look up, turn your head, just your head, not your shoulders. Turn your head to the left, as far as it will go, without forcing anything. Put your right hand on the right hand side of your face. Try and turn your head back to the center, but resist with your hand. So you're creating tension in your neck. Really try and turn your head, really push it with your hand, and then relax, and you should be able to turn your head just slightly more. Proprioception neuromuscular facilitation, PNF stretch. Turn your head to the right. Don't know me right from your left, but I know what PNF stands for. Put your left hand on the left hand side of your face. Try and turn your head back to the center. Get that tension going. Fight, 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 fight. And then relax and turn your head a little bit more to the right. And then bring your head back to the center. And that's it. Thank you very much for all of you turning up, or none of you, as it says here. I'm going to see what happens if I click on it. No, nothing. Still says there's nobody here. So goodbye, Mr. All these Nemos, and I'll see you next week.